जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः, जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः, जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः, जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः, जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः। मुजी बाबा नमो नमः, मुजी बाबा नमो नमः, मुजी बाबा नमो नमः, मुजी बाबा नमो नमः, मुजी बाबा नमो नमः। Very good. Very good. Okay. Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. A beautiful day. And also welcome to all the friends who are joining us today via broadcasting internet from different parts of the world. We are very happy for that. And so very big welcome today. Very good. Oh, one hand already up. Come, please come on then. Come. See. Bridget, you like this place? You like this place like this? You're in the sun, no? Hello, darling. Okay.
Dear Mooji, today I come here to ask you in the most simple way, please help me to drop my ego and be awareness of my freedom.
Okay. Please help me to drop ego and to be aware of my freedom. So you asked like this?
Yes, I want to wake up.
Drop ego. How to drop ego. Dropping means simply turning away from something. Because ego is not an object. It's not that you can take it and drop it or put it somewhere. So it is not an object. It's a form of identity that we have somehow, on some level, chosen to be that for a while. That is, to experience what it is like to live limitation. And so it has some significance, it has some importance. Without it, the game of existence would not happen. The unlimited self has to somehow experience the sense of limitation. And then to transcend the feeling of limitation, that's what we call enlightenment or awakening. Means waking up from the dream that you are something you are not. So all the beings in the life are in satsang, in self-discovering, returning back to their original nature. And each one have some conditioning or other. Where you were born, to what family, what are your customs, your traditions, all of this somehow is a part of your story, a part of what the consciousness, which is unlimited, must experience for a while through these forms of limitations, to feel the body, to feel what it's like to be a woman, to be a mother, to be a friend, to be all these things. To believe that you are this body only. To try that and to see how it feels. And then somehow to transcend the limitation of these ideas, because after a while you outgrow them, you don't want anymore. Just like you outgrow your clothes as you're growing up. And the same way you outgrow your ideas. We outgrow our concepts, because none of them are eternal in themselves. We make use of them. And even now, sometimes you may hear me say, don't make tattoos out of any concept. Make use of them. At best, they become a kind of mirror through which you have a chance to see a purer and purer reflection of what is. Although what is not an object. You look in the mirror to see the reflection of an object. But in this mirror of self-inquiry, of spirituality, you go to have that which is not an object reflected, what it means. It's not an object, but still you come to recognize what you are beyond objects, you see. Even now, this body you can say is object, your objective representation or something, but it is not your ultimate truth. So all this, now, for a time in this body, you are not interested in these things. So what journey your path has taken, that at this stage in your life now, you want to know only this thing. You say, I'm tired of trying all these things, of being all these different ideas. I don't want to be another idea. They're nice, they're okay. Sometimes they're not okay. But enough ideas now. Is there something beyond which is not an idea and which I can discover? I said, oh yes. Satsang is for this reason. To discover that. Then you say, I want to drop my ego. I say, just leave it aside for a moment. Leave it aside. You may find it's more immediate than dropping it. Because you drop it, it jumps back on your shoulder. Like monkey. You take him, you throw him. So don't try and drop him. Simply turn your attention away from that. And in order to turn your attention away from that, you must find something better than ego. You see. Any object you go to, at a certain point, it will begin to irritate you. It will bite you. Because you want to create a relationship with some object, and it will be a relationship with impermanence, which is okay if you can enjoy and accept that much of what we perceive and experience, it's impermanence. It comes and goes. This is a natural thing. This is not a belief. Whatever you believe, you have to admit whatever you perceive, whatever you love, mostly it come and go. If you know this, then you can enjoy. You don't want to cling and capture. No, let it come. It's like, what is the point? Enjoy the sky, enjoy the clouds, but don't fall in love with any particular cloud. How long it will last? At best, you take photograph, boom, and then you look at the photo, oh, I love you. But the cloud itself is gone. Also, one day the picture itself will go. You see, so you leave this thing of the person, the idea you have of who you are. This is what we mean by ego, you see. The idea we have of who we are at a particular time. Because the idea we have of who we are, it also keeps changing too. So even that is not fixed, isn't it? Your whole life has been a witnessing of changes. Everything is changing. Now you say, how can I find the unchanging? Then I said, the changeful is observed from the unchanging. What is that which is unchanging? If everything was changing, you would not know change. It would be everything is changing. But in order to evaluate change and the movement, you yourself must be in a position beyond change. You must be in some still place. Then you can say, look, this was going slowly, that one is going fast, this one is going up and down. Why? Because you are still. Where are you looking out? We give too much energy to what you see. If you look and put too much effort, too much belief, too much energy in what you see, then what you are, you may not notice that you are still. Because you're so much reporting about the movement. You say, oh, how can I stop this movement? I say, no, you stop. And the movement will become calm for you, not disturb you. And how are you going to become calm? How are you going to become still? To recognize, I am already the stillness. So even stillness, you see, if you tell something, be still, after a certain point it becomes restless. Because the nature, the one you're telling to be still, is by nature restless. You see? Identity is also restless. You tell him to be still. He sits, put the leg, pum pum pum. But after a little bit he starts to look around. Can't keep still. Cannot keep still. So this is not the one. My words are not aimed at that one. Because he can't keep still. But that which recognizes this restless one, but itself is not restless. You stay put there, stay in this place. It is already perfect in itself. So it's not about when. It does not have any time also. Meaning that it's not going to become perfect in the future. It is always perfect. You know this place I'm talking? Yeah, okay. Where is it? Where is it? Who is there? Who lives there?
Nobody.
Is this a depressing discovery? Nobody lives there. Nobody lives there.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. You see. Do I have to find another answer for you now? Or this one is? But now you must clarify, make sure that this is not
This
just
is
some kind
all
of
about
trick I give.
clarify.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes. This is all about.
This is?
This is all about to clarify.
You want to clarify?
Yeah.
Acha. How we can do that? Maybe confirm. Maybe
Yes,
confirm.
confirm.
Yeah, yeah. How are we going to do this? You can only confirm if you are that. If you, the recognition as revealed, but I have no other place to be but this.
I cannot confirm.
You cannot confirm?
No, because it is.
Because it is. It is. Speak, speak. It is. What you say?
It is.
It
I
is.
cannot confirm. It is.
Yes, it is. And you are what? You say it is. And you are what?
My English is not so good.
What language you speak? Romanian.
Romanian and Italian.
I think your English is good enough to understand what I'm speaking. You say it is. When you say it is, where is this statement coming from? It is. You didn't say, I think it is. You say, it is. It has a power about that. It is. That's good. And I said, and you? Are you apart from it, different from it? Are we having grammatic troubles or what?
No. I can't find. I try to find myself. I don't know where I am.
Well, you can never be there. You can never be there. You must say, I want to go there, but you must be speaking from here. If you even go to the moon, I want to go to the moon, I want to go there. Where is it? It's there. When you arrive on the moon, what is your experience? I am here.
Here.
You cannot say, I am there, unless you're talking to somebody and they say, where are you? I say, I'm on the moon. Really? Yes. You sure? Yes, I am there. But really, you mean, I'm here. Isn't it?
I'm here and now.
Is that for the moment or what? I'm here and now for the moment, and this may change or what? This is what I mean by confirm, you see. Is it just a sort of an emotional feeling?
No.
No. And what about when waves of doubt come? Huh? And he says, well, who do you think you are? Miss Here and Now. Huh?
Don't drop my ego.
Huh?
I don't want to drop my ego, so I don't.
You don't want to drop the ego?
To take my ego back. So
Okay. You don't want to take the ego back?
no.
No. Now it's my turn to confirm. I ask you first, you confirm. No? Is you speaking from this? Are you speaking from this as this itself? Then I am now checking, you see. And if you are in this place which is beyond belief and beyond doubt, so you don't have to believe you're here. And there can be no doubt I'm here and what this feeling I'm here means. Is it like this? Are you speaking from belief, like I believe I've got it? Or is there something more profound than that?
it's not important anymore.
This, from where you're speaking now, can this fade? You understand the word fade?
No.
Meaning that it gets weaker and weaker and then somehow it goes away. Can it? You have to answer, huh? Can it fade? You're in the best position now. I'm wanting to meet somebody like that I can speak directly now. We're not exchanging ideas anymore. You're speaking from this place. So only you, I want to listen to what you speak. Can this fade? This meaning that which is. Can it fade? Can it get weaker and then disappear? And if it disappears, who will witness the disappearing of it?
To disappear?
Mm.
No.
Can it appear even?
No.
Does it have moods?
Not at all.
Not at all. Does it have a future? Hmm?
No. What is future?
Some people are going to start getting scared now, you see. No future. Hmm? Can you make a discovery about something, of something, which has no future, has no past, and be so totally, totally comfortable, totally happy? Hmm? Does it have a now? Tell them. Does it have now? Does it have here and now? Hmm? So,
Every words are already spoken.
listen to that now. See? Huh? And someone come and say, I want to drop my ego, I want to be free. Listen to her speak in just a few minutes. People spend lifetimes to try and discover where you are speaking from. And this is what I love, to show you that this can be discovered without strenuous practice and living in the mountain cold, beating yourself. Hmm? Huh? Why? Because it is always here. It is always here. It is not some place somewhere more special on top of Himalayas or deep in the ocean. Hmm? It's right inside, isn't it? This is what I love so much, to see that discovery being made without all the tricks that the mind put. Oh yes, 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 and he says, yeah, but maybe it's just a psychological trick. We'll come and check her tomorrow and see if she's still feeling so lofty. You see? We want to see. Can it fade? So this is an important question for me. Then you have just knocked away all my remarks. You have told me, there's no concept there, nothing there. Very good. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Hmm? What is this? What is this? Another trip? Is it a trip? What we call trip. Maybe we don't use this word so much now. Trip. You see? Is it a trip, meaning that somehow you're in some bubble and yeah. Hmm? Because now is soon coming Boom Festival here in Portugal. Eh? Many trips are going to be taken. So is this a trip? You see, you want to know. Even some of our own Sangha has gone to Boom now. They invite me also to come to Boom. Would I come to Boom? Have Boom Satsang. And I thought about it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow. Please come now.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Mooji.
Bonjour.
I want to share about shame point.
Shame.
Shame.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would like to know how you do.
How to do with the shame?
Not with the shame, but with the judgment or with rejection. Last Sunday I was wondering if you are still judgment or rejection when the people come here, or and if you have, what you do.
If I have judgment. You mean like, you're so stupid or something? You mean like that? Like I think, you're never going to get this, she's so stupid. I mean, like this type of thing? Or what's the point? You're a hopeless case. Like this. I may speak things like that jokingly, because sometimes I have to provoke people a little bit. Then something to come. But I don't have any. Sometimes I experience some irritation, annoyance, Even you can say like kind of anger about something somebody do. But I have to get to it immediately, you see. I have to confront it. I have to meet it immediately. If I'm angry with you, there's something, what? She said this thing? Oh, where is she? She's gone to bed. Wake her up. Come. Then I have to do it. Because if I go to sleep, I forget everything. If I leave it for 1 hour, it's gone. And it has happened like that. I've been very annoyed about someone. And then, where are they? They look in, and after 2 hours they come. And then when they come, I go, how are you doing? Okay. I forget. I can't keep it, you see. So this is, I don't know if I'm answering your question. You cannot, if you are aware of yourself, then you are aware of all selves. And you know what a person is. You see? So you're not so much pay attention to the behavior so much. I'm more interested when if I see you, what do you think I see? And you're sitting here, what do you think I see?
That I'm scared to speak. I don't know what you see.
I will tell you what I see. I'll tell you what I see. I see God. What do you see? You see? If you see like that, because of course sometimes I speak, I see the self, the pure self, no? But what I hear doesn't sound like the self. You see? So then maybe some doubts are there, insecurities, and I see, okay, it is a form that the self plays and pretends and like this. So this type of judgment, it's not significant for me, not important. Like the fly who's been walking, not important.
Last time you say that nothing needs to happen or to change, or I don't need to change something. You remember when you said something?
Some things may change, or some things will change, but I don't feel that I have to ask you to focus on trying to change something. I more would like you to recognize something. If I ask you to change something, then I'm giving so much importance to that thing. If I tell you before you can come, you must don't smoke cigarettes, then I put condition on you, then I already give you a burden. And I don't think this is important thing. So I say, no, you're already giving too much importance to those things. I don't want to add importance to them as well. I'm saying, no, what about but you? Who are you? Where you're looking from? Take a look at this. You understand? People think, oh, I have this shame and this thing happened when I was a child. And for me, it's not important, you see. But for you, it seems important. So because you feel it is important, I have to come and a little bit see what you're talking, and then I might tell you, actually, you're giving too much importance to this thing. And this is why it's having this impact for you. So if you ask me for some guidance, I will not tell you, listen, you better stop doing this, and you must move from where you're living, and you must stop having this relationship. I don't want to interfere. I don't think it's important. What is important is to get you to recognize who you truly are. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah, it's about this effortless that you speak often.
Yes.
That I don't need to do nothing to be who I am. And
there's nothing you have to do to be who or what you are. But there's something that you need to recognize in order to stop being who you're not. Again, there's nothing that you have to do to become what you are, because you are. But there is something that you need to recognize in order to stop being what you're not. That's all I say. So this effortlessness, I don't want it to be misunderstood. As long as you have the feeling of being a person, you have so many things to do. Even if I tell you have nothing to do, you'll be irritable because you have to do something. The nature of the person is restless. They have to do something. Even to do nothing, you say, nothing you have to do. They try to do nothing. You see, if I tell the person, no, you have to do nothing, they try to do nothing. How you can do nothing? So it's not. It cannot be understood like that from the personal way. I simply point that behind the person is a space which is not the person, and you know and are that very well. You know, but so much habit, conditioning, belief is functioning in front, and the attention goes to that, and believe that is important. And this is why for a while we have to taste this, but for how much time we have to keep doing that? Let's drop all this for a moment. Let's leave all of that for a moment. I don't want to give you anymore so much this, that. Let us try something that just for a moment you don't pick up any thoughts about something. Like the past or shame or what I did, and don't talk, and just leave. Okay, later we can go back to this. But for now, you leave everything for a moment. Just leave it, because you can. Just for a moment, leave everything, including any idea you have about yourself for a minute. Like if somebody was going to ask you about yourself and you're going to type something or say something, I say, no, leave this also. Drop it now for a moment. And don't be expecting anything. Don't expect, okay, now what we're going to do. So even this tension, you don't get engaged with it. No next. No past for a moment. Come to that. It should not take you long. If some thoughts are coming, don't fight them, but just don't engage with them. Like somebody come knocking on your door, you don't have to open it. So no, leave it. Well, when you've done this, I ask you now, looking into yourself, is anything disturbing you? So no thoughts, no memories. They may come at some, but not engage. Don't engage in them. Leave them.
say.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so in that moment I'm full in peace, and I have this but who arrive.
Yeah, but, yeah.
That when I am in judgment or in rejection with somebody, or that it's just difficult to come back on that state.
Yeah, that's a thought. You don't need that right now also. You see? Maybe it might sound, but actually now that I'm in this place, I can see, no, don't engage with anything. Even something feels like a beautiful realization. No, just leave. Don't even bother. Not now. Later we talk about that.
Later you will not in front of me.
We will see. We will see. Just for the moment, just leave everything and give a few moments just to be in this space. No assessments, no judgments, no ambition, no desire, no past, no expectations. And you're not doing it, not really making any real effort. You simply allow. You don't go with any of these things. Huh? So, here. Is there anything you have to do to be here, in this space? Does it need any support? No, need no support, no support. How are you here? Speaking there?
I'm in peace.
You're in peace. Simple like this. Every time you come here, in this moment, you are in your Buddha nature. That's all it is. Christ consciousness, Shiva being, whatever name you want to call. In peace with God, whatever name you want to call, same thing. Simple like that. This is your natural state. The natural state of every living being. Now, a thought may come, but I can't live like that. Oh yes, you can. You are life like that. You are life itself. You're not living life. You are life. And also the weakness of life also. The mind has a lot of buts. But what about this? But how can you live? And I have things to do, and not now. And when the time comes for something to happen, why don't you just observe what happens rather than plan what happened? Why not try this for a change? Because mind is like that. When you're having breakfast, it's wondering what's for lunch. What's for lunch today? When you're having lunch, what's for dinner later? It cannot be still. And this is why you cannot rest. And every living being must know rest. God gives you rest in the form of the phenomenon called sleep. Without sleep, no one can live. But now you must also learn to rest even while you are awake. And like this you do it. You must leave everything. Why? Because it's easy, not difficult to do. And also you function much better when you're not coming from the past. You meet being and life fresh. You're fresh. You don't have to be carrying some bag full of memories. You're fresh. You don't plan to be fresh. You don't have to keep up being fresh. You don't have any thought about it. You don't even know you're fresh. Somebody tell you, you're very fresh. Just like this. What breathing exercise did you have to do to see this? What deep meditation did you have to do to see of course, your mind is not going to go, okay, I leave you alone, I go somewhere else. No, it's going to go, can't let her get away with that. Can't have it so easy. Bang, 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 no answer. Boom, 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 no answer. Smash, 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 no answer. Answer. Okay. You see. Can you bear the assault of your mind? He will come.
So the judgment, it's like the cloud.
Okay.
It's a question. Is it?
No, but
When
you
you
can
was-
say from here, no? You can speak to me now. I want to listen now. I talk too much, so I want to listen to you. You can see from your place you answer this question. What is the judgment now? Is it like a cloud? Cloud meaning that no cloud is fixed. It's always moving. Something is moving, it's moving. And it is observed to be moving. Hmm? So you can say, you're in the best position to say, what is a judgment now for you? And whose judgment is it? Don't go to the mind. Stay like this. Mind is in the next room now. Okay? Listening. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I speak, I feel that I go back on the mind.
Not necessarily. You see, if you speak, you go back to the mind. Not necessary, because if this is true, then you can't speak at all. We don't speak. I don't want you to be afraid of your mind. Never mind your mind. It's not because you're speaking. Speaking does not take you to mind necessarily. If you think speaking takes you to mind, you will believe that into existence, and it will seem that becomes your experience. This is how these things come. You believe them, and you believe them into a kind of reality. They don't naturally have it. A thought cannot become strong without you.
So I can see the judgment like cloud and don't give them too much importance.
Yes, it will be a challenge for you because you developed a bad habit with them. You understand? So they don't go because they have investment, because they get food from you easy. So for a while, you're going to be a little bit vigilant about them. You understand? You have to be just a bit more aware. This awareness is already stimulated in you now. And so you'll catch these things much more quickly. Now, as you do this, you'll become much more confident that it's not that difficult. And when you begin to feel like this, the easiness of it, then you don't need so much outer support. You'll find that your very joy at protecting your peace will destroy those tendencies very quickly. Override them, because they're not deep. And the one who has the habit is who? Whose habit? The idea you have of who you are, your self-image has that habit, not your soul self. Your opportunity, your journey is to discover your soul self, your real light, your real self. Nothing can touch that one. Where is it? Right here. You can move into different dimensions and levels within your own universe, your own being. You can move there. Just by thought, just by intention, you can move there. You can move and live in the realm of the person for a while and feel how person is. But you should also be able to pull back into a greater seeing and be seeing from the position of presence. And then somehow your seeing is not so volatile, it's much more tranquil. Then also even the state of presence can be seen. But this, let's come first to the state of presence. You see. Then you will not use the word judgment so much anymore. They will not have that impact, that power will not be displayed anymore.
When you speak to see this presence,
Yes.
I have on the other side that I judge my judgment, and I
Yes.
see that I judge.
Some judgment is judging judgments. Mind is taking all these plays, putting all these uniforms. It's a one-man band displaying many different parts. But however many parts are played, a higher seeing observed them, not even with any interest also. Maybe at first it may seem some interest, something is looking into, oh, look. But gradually you get used to that seeing, and then you lose interest. It's because it's not important in itself. As you make greater discoveries of your real nature, they will lose their appeal for you because it is a lower vibration. You'll be attracted to things on the same vibration. It is more the person that is more caught in that wave of like judgments, you see. But the person itself is a wave. Come back to this place now. You can drop all of that. You see, almost like a reflex, the attention goes to where the habit lives, to go back again, to give so much of your energy goes towards this area like judgment. So it must make you very tired also, isn't it? More than physical work, this type of habit will make you very tired because it's not natural for you, you see. Natural for you is to love. Natural for you is love. Love is effortless for you. To judge and to discriminate takes effort. But because of habit, it became almost second nature or become more easy. But it is not your natural climate. Your real atmosphere is love and silence. This is your real place. Where I'm trying to point you to now also. But even as you're pointed to that and experience it, you see, something is knocking on your door on the other side. Come here, come. See? To try and find a way that it can bring in some form of destruction. You must be aware of that and maybe choose the higher thing if you want to. Because even when you want to choose the higher thing, you've chosen the higher thing, this knock will still go. But the more you pay attention to the vibration of the higher self, this knock will become weaker and weaker. And so at some point, it will be, when you think about these habits, it would be like looking at the moon when the sun is here. Sometimes in the full daytime you can see the moon, but nobody's attracted to it. So even these things, they may still appear, but they don't have such strong attraction anymore because you're in the sunshine of your own self.
In a way, I can see the work that you speak. I try really to stay on this state, and I have all these things that I want to know more. So I have questions who arrive, and it's just like...
When you're in the state itself that I point you to, like again you can do, just be there now. Do you want to know something? No. You see, this is it. Because when you are in your natural state, you don't want to know anything. You don't need to plan anything. You are completely in satisfaction. When have you seen someone who is deeply satisfied? Not just about objects or about relationship, just in a state of tranquility and peace. Not so often, you see. And you don't, when you're happy, you don't think about so many things. Like when you're laughing, you can't think. I can't think at all. In the same way, when you're in your state, you're not troubled by thoughts. They're not what? When you believe you're not in your state, in your natural self, then worries come. Yes, but how can I do this when I'm in that state? You see, this is a thought. But In your natural state, that thought has no power. He can only get you when your attention is diverted again towards person. Then he can get you. You see? We're holding on to many thoughts that have no value, have no power. But you believe them, and so they are functioning for you. Natural state of the mind is to be empty and silent. It's in peace, but there's no peacekeeper. And just peace is the nature. It doesn't need anyone to keep it.
It's look easy to do that here, but in the outside world,
Yes. Where do you go? You keep moving from here and tell me when you go there. Just keep walking, and see when you reach the outside world. Which particular step will reach? Outside world is in here. It's easy to do it here, but when I go outside there, so I say, go outside there. I told one account, one man came to my house, and we were talking just like we are sitting now talking in my room in London. And he says, you know, Mooji, actually right now, I feel like my presence, which was locked up inside my body, is filling the whole room. I said, oh, this is very good. I said, but what about the kitchen? He said, no, it's not in the kitchen. It's only in this room. I said, well, go and see. So he gets up, big man, he goes into the kitchen. It's here, in the kitchen as well, he said like this. I said, yeah, okay, good. What about the hallway? Oh, no, I don't think it's in the hallway. I think it's, go and see. So he goes outside, walks about. It's in the hallway. Huh? I said, okay, what about the garden? He said, no. It's inside your apartment. Go in the garden. He goes out in the garden. Mooji, it's here also. You see? Then he says, I am a bit concerned because soon I have to go home. When I go home, I don't want to lose this feeling. I said, okay, go out. So it was autumn, cold. He put his jacket and he went out. He was gone for maybe 30 minutes walking. He came back. He says, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I cannot come to the limit, to the boundary of where beyond this I am not. Everywhere I go, I seem like I'm there also, already. But if you think about it, you say, no, but this is crazy. I can't feel like that, So I say, keep going. You be here. Actually, you don't even have to be here. Your existence means you're here. So then you keep going and see which step take you to there, to the outside world. You must put your insights to the test. Go and see.
thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. Thank you. That's very good.
I always get scared when I get this close.
Yeah.
I came here looking for the truth. I came looking for the truth. I gave away my home, gave away my possessions, left my family, and a lot of the time when I'm alone, mostly, or when I'm quiet here, there's no one talking, I fall into a place that feels like where I am,
Yeah.
who I am. When I'm near people, somehow something happens. 'Cause I'm afraid they're going to hurt me somehow. So I'm kind of a bit like this and a bit, cocky.
They or you?
Me.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people a bit like this with me because they don't know.
Because you pull your sword before they pull theirs.
Yes. And it's not really who I am. It's, and I want to stay in this place because I've been in it for long periods of time. And it's like falling in love. It's in love. But I have a difficulty that I'm probably going to sound really stupid now. I don't understand what this inquiry is. I meditate, I kind of live my life, I go into this place I'm talking about, I walk about, and it's like everybody else can do long division, and I have to pretend I know what long division is, and I don't.
Okay.
What do you mean by the inquiry?
I tell you what, you forget about inquiry.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Okay. So, that's it.
No inquiry for me.
No, you forget about it. Actually, forget about anything that you have to struggle. Forget about it. For a moment, you can do this. Inquiry you can drop, forget about it.
Oh. This is really good news because I could never even do. When I stop counting on my fingers, that's it, all over. And I just feel stupid.
When you stop counting your fingers, what happens?
Well, it's like I can't do multiplication or any of these things. I can count on my fingers. When I run out of fingers, I run out of,
When you go and look in a mirror, does the mirror give you any opinion? Does it says, you're looking rough today?
Some days.
It doesn't, not at all. The mirror doesn't tell you that. You tell you that. The mirror doesn't tell you that. It has no opinion at all. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you look in the mirror, does it take any time? Does it say, listen, Bridget, just wait a minute. I am reflecting something else at the moment. No, it doesn't do that. Okay. For me, the inquiry, which I've just asked you to forget about it, is doing only that. Okay? The inquiry is doing only that. It is looking into a mirror somehow and finding a perfect reflection of your face. That's all it's doing. The mind, however, says the inquiry. It's like capital letters shining over Mooji's head. The inquiry. Sometimes it says Atma Vaichara. Something like this. Okay? I call it simply looking. That's all. I call it simply looking and becoming clear about something. That's all. And put it in the simplest way. But you forget about it.
No problem with that.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the end of my problem.
That's the end of your problem.
Yeah, because the rest kind of is happening without my doing anything.
So, when you discovered self-inquiry, which was not long ago, because I met you in India, no? We bumped in the street in Delhi.
Yeah.
Never met before. I'm walking in Pahaganj, and then somehow we saw this lady passing, and then we bumped into each other, and then somehow we started talking. Until then, self-inquiry never existed at all for you.
No.
Yeah? And everything was fine?
Yeah.
Everything was fine?
Well, I didn't have to worry about it.
Self-inquiry is not something to worry about.
But everybody seems to know all about it.
You
They
see,
say the perceiving is the perceiving the perceiver, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what's happening?
you see, this is what happened actually many years ago when I first, because in those days something had just blossomed inside my heart, and I did not know anything because I'm not someone who read books. I don't read books even now, not so much reading book or nothing. And then I went to a bookshop in London to find out because I wanted to find out more about it. And I went into one famous bookshop, in Watkins in London, in central London, Leicester Square. Went in there and went to the Indian, spiritual philosophy or whatever like that. And I'm looking. And always I look for the skinny books, because little skinny book. So they had one little skinny book turned out, and it had a picture of Ramana Maharshi. Is it this one? This picture? No, not this picture. It's another one. And I looked and I said, what a radiant presence or face. I was attracted. He doesn't look like my father, but feel like my father to me because I love my father very much. And then so I said, something on self-inquiry. And so I opened the door like this. I said, what is this? It seemed so complex for me. I said, what is this? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not... Because all I knew was just surrender everything to God is enough. What's all this stuff? So I wanted to take this book to the counter to tell them, I think there's been some mix-up and you've put the wrong picture in the wrong book because they don't go together somehow, So I did not do this. In the end, I put the book back and then I found another book, The Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which was, by the way, was a fat book. But because it said gospel, I was familiar with gospel. So that was the bait. And so as I looked and I started to flick through and the language was much more palatable for me. So this is how I fell in love with Ramakrishna. Then somehow, when I met Papaji, which was another accident somehow, on the day I met Papaji, I started to read Ramana's book and just somehow could understand. It wasn't self-inquiry though, it's true. But somehow it opened up in my heart like that. And then for all this time, I was not so much following the inquiry. Papaji also doesn't teach inquiry, he's living inquiry in a way. When we talk, it is by the wisdom of inquiry. Even now when we speak, it's through the wisdom of inquiry we speak. Because for me, it is the highest of the human language, and it's the simplest also. But anyway, not for you. Okay? So, what happened now is, so this is how I met, then years after, when some people started coming to my house, we were sitting there, and then a certain group came, and they began to ask questions. Before this, they would just come and sit, and I was quite comfortable to sit because I was not feeling to speak. But then after, somebody came and they said they would like to ask questions. Questions, oh my God. And then they were coming and I prayed. I said to God, listen, you bring these people now and they ask questions. And if you bring them, then you must put inside me the answers because I don't know. You see? And this is how it happened. I found that they started to come, ask questions, and I could feel the answer in me. And I was just speaking like this first. And then self-inquiry, in a way, became the most simple thing. Like this. This is how it happened like that. So I know it to be very simple. But I can see that it is perceived to be very complex. Because the mind, which is complex, perceives that which is most simple to be complex. Because he knows the power of that seeing. And he says, oh, too complicated, very mental thing, you see.
Yeah.
But not for you.
My language is love. It's quite simple.
Yes.
When I feel, then all these things.
But love by itself is not enough in the human kingdom. Love has to be coupled with wisdom also. Love by itself can get into trouble. Love with wisdom, everything more balanced. So these rivers, In India, we say big river, the river of bhakti, which is love and devotion to the Supreme. Then the river of jnana, jnana yoga, river of wisdom, self-inquiry, this type of thing. That is also a great river. Then the river of Kama Yoga, also a big river, all of these. All of them go to the one ocean. And when the rivers go to the ocean, they lose their names. This nameless ocean is what I feel you're looking for. It is not a good thing to think or decide what you want and what you don't want, or who you should learn from and who you should not learn from. You come empty and surrender and put yourself. If your heart is touched by something that you don't understand, sit there for a little bit. Then if the time comes to go, you will feel it truly, not just restlessness, not true that your mind wants to escape, but that something signals, okay, now you move.
Thank you.
Okay. No inquiry for you. Okay? You are the exception. Very good. Okay. Okay, you come first. And this one? Who? Ah, thank you. Thank you. Very good. Wait.
When you closed your eyes.
You're speaking this one for me.
When you closed your eyes, I lowered my hand. I was hoping you wouldn't pick me. I said, thank God. He closed his eyes. He's not going to pick me.
Yeah.
There's great resistance to bring this to you.
No. Okay. Get it over and done quickly then.
It's been 3 weeks I've been wanting to bring this.
Okay.
It's in my looking. There's been a great deal of time spent in awareness and peace and silence and is experienced, and but then the question comes, something is seeing this. And then the peace and the emptiness, I could only call it the knowing of existence, which disappears and it becomes mental. It becomes, okay, the knife can't cut itself, the eyeball can't, blah, 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 and it becomes very mental.
That is also observed, isn't it?
Yeah.
That something seems like the peace seems to disappear, which it doesn't. Maybe you can say it gets eclipsed or something, or hidden by another kind of some noise or something. And this process of mind comes in, you say it's very mental, but that is also observed. It's only another cloud also. Some clouds light, some clouds dark, but all clouds. Beautiful thoughts, elevated thoughts, also cloud passing. heavy thoughts or person. There are also clouds passing, everything passing.
But this feelingless feeling, this it seems I can't. I'm still in front of something. There's.
If you are in front of something, which has the greater reality, you or the something you're in front of?
Can you say that again?
Yeah, I know. I have to say it again. If you are in front of something, you're speaking. I feel I'm in front of something. Which has the greater reality, the you or the something that you are in front of?
Something behind me.
That has the greater thing. But if you can be perceived to be in front, you must be also in the root of the perceiving. Does it make sense? If something is it must be the idea I have of who I am. Some self-image seems to be in front of a greater thing. It may be something in the mind like this. It's also thought. It's a thought also. We believe in thoughts. We write books about them, using them. And believe so much in them. Imbue them with power also. And then suffer them or enjoy them. You feel, I am in front of a greater thing. Yeah. But this sense of being in front of something is also perceived, isn't it? And this fact that it is perceived is not given much credibility. It's like almost dismissed as something casual. But it's so profound.
I don't perceive it as something casual. Matter of fact, it's... Because there's such joy in starting the inquiry and just wallowing in it and melting into this peace and this nothingness and then I don't know, Mooji.
I said before, there's a saying, you want to taste the honey, you don't want to be the honey. We want to taste the honey, we don't want to be the honey, because somehow for a while we enjoy the tasting. We have tasting mean the experience. You want to experience the life. You don't want to be the life. In a way we say, yes, I want to be this, but some resistance come also in there. But the resistance is also part of the experience. And it is also perceived, the resistance sense. And actually, the place you're trying to get to is where you're already looking from that place, watching your attempts to get to the place where you're looking at it from. Could it be simple like this? You sit in meditation, trying to what? To get to the emptiness. But your sitting in meditation, trying to get to the emptiness, is observed in the emptiness. But of course, I mean, how silly, how can it be like that? You are already the destination you are seeking. I can prove it, in fact. Why don't we prove it?
like that.
You say, I'm doing the inquiry and I'm experiencing all these states. So the states you can perceive, energetically also. Oh, such peace. Oh, such bliss. Oh, yes. Oh, very nice. It feels so good. So there's awareness of this. And if this changes also, there's awareness of the change also. And also yourself, the feeling of yes, 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 also is perceived also.
But it goes beyond that. It's not,
Yes.
it's not a state.
Okay. So beyond that means that that which witnesses or that, where the witnessing of that is there. So the witnessing of the bliss, there's another bliss here. But this bliss is non-phenomenal, it's unfading, this bliss. The bliss beyond the bliss. There's a kind of phenomenal bliss which comes and goes. And there's a bliss that cannot be blissed out. It simply is. We use the word bliss, but it's not the word bliss. It doesn't change, it doesn't alter, it doesn't come and go, it does not fade, it cannot be covered up, it cannot be lost, it cannot be found, it cannot be gained. It doesn't exist more in one time zone than another, it's not stronger in one place than another. None of these measurements touch it. Where is it?
It doesn't even just come when I'm sitting in inquiry.
It does not come.
It's there when I'm walking. There's an awareness of something.
Walking takes place in it. Sleeping takes place. Meditation takes place. Anger, moods take place. No moods take place. Sleeping, dreaming, waking state take place in it. But it is not taking place. It is not somewhere else. It is not it. Not a it. It's not a thing. It is yourself. It is ourself. But then there is a constructed self also, the self we have learned to be. This one is not consistent. It's always changing. That change is also part of the dynamics of existence also. You must know your dynamic existence and your unmoving reality. You must know. Not know in the classical sense where there's you who know that. This knowledge and you are the same thing. So when you speak that, yes, but it comes and goes, you're not speaking as it, you're speaking as the one who seems to experience it and then lose it. That one I know to be phenomenal. You see? It's not the true one. This one will always have differing perspectives. Different days, different moods will trouble this one. I'm not speaking about this one. This one is not so relevant for me. The unchanging one, which is not a person at all. It is you. You. But you can't yet admit it. You without you. You without you. Beyond even the feeling I, of all language, of all words, the sense, the intuition, I or I am. That is the highest in language. Because that I points to existence itself, that which perceives even existence itself. You see, relative to the functioning of the mind in the waking states and the dreaming states, it is the perceiver of them and it seems the most stable. But it also alters in deep sleep, because in deep sleep it is not there. So it is not the ultimate state, it's not the final state. When one is in a position to observe the feeling I am, the state of presence, then you are already beyond. You're in the immeasurable. You are one with that. Where you recognize identity, know it to be phenomenal. Even in its beautiful mode, know it is to phenomenal. I have to keep saying things like this. In satsang, the mind, the person mind, is like, I use this example, like a piece of ice dropped in a glass of warm water. And the melting is taking place. The ice is also water, constitutionally, and water is water. And this melting is the kind of losing of some solid sense of a solid shape, back in your fluidity again. But the pure self, the ultimate one, is beyond water in any of its form, even in the form of air. Don't imagine, you don't need imagination. No, no. Even your imaginings are perceived in this. So where we go now from this, from here, where?
I don't know where the resistance is.
Resistance is meaningless here. It means nothing at all. Resistance is just another kind of thing, overrated. It doesn't mean anything at all, resistance. It's nothing. Imagination, believed in, maybe. You are the universe trying to hide from itself. With nowhere to go.
I want you to corner him, her.
Which corner must I go? It is cornered somehow. When we speak like this, and then it searches for other excuses. But maybe I'm just not ready, and maybe I said, it's rubbish, nothing, no. Thought. Tell me anything. Tell me something that is not thought. Go, try.
It's like when
You're
you
cornered. That's a thought. You're cornered. That's a thought. Now I've cornered you.
when you said try not to be aware, I mean, that really got me.
Yes. It shows you cannot not be aware.
Yeah.
Not mean aware of something. Just you're aware. But this word is also just a word. This word, awareness, is also just a word also. The mind says, I give up. Which it can't, actually. It doesn't mean nothing. The mind give up, doesn't mean nothing. It's irrelevant. It's all thought. Now you may say, but this is frustrating. You're not leaving me with any moves at all. In the world of thought, that's not a bad thought. In the game of thoughts, you can say. And it is a game that you can call it a game. We can call it different things. In different moods, we call it different things. For the moment, we're using the term game.
I don't want to stop here.
Speak and say,
I don't want to.
You don't want to stop here. Yeah.
It's just another.
You are frustrating yourself. You don't need to do that. You're thinking too much, giving too much energy to these things. Relax a little bit. There cannot be so many things going on, you know. You must know the difference between your mind and yourself. That's all. Total, todo. All, everything. The difference between yourself and your mind. You must know this thing. You can say mind ultimately is an aspect of the self. But you must know the difference between mind and all its projections and its play and identities. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we are confused. We think, oh, I am that. But I say, no, you're not any of it. And first you must know I am none of it. Then later you come to see, yes, I am that too. Yeah? But then it's safe to know I am that too. There's a time when it's not safe to know that you are the mind. You must kill everything. Then you must resurrect everything. And then it's okay. You see? There's just a time. Everything to do with the timing. God's grace is timing also. It's a time to know and a time to not know. You don't have to have every question answered. You don't have to have every space filled. You must have some space not filled. You have to leave some grasslands. Not everywhere must be a cultured garden in you. Have some wild space also. It's not all about knowing. In emptiness, everything is resolved in this emptiness. But it's not the emptiness which the mind imagines, not this. It's the emptiness which is empty of ego, of identity. Then everything comes right. The struggler vanishes. And if there's a struggle, it becomes an adventure. It's different. You, that one, doesn't exist. The way in which you consider yourself is it's only momentary. It's just a mask. It doesn't have any lasting existence. Knowing these things allow you to somehow undress of all these concepts, relax a little bit, and when you are so relaxed, you merge in the universal self much more beautifully. As long as you struggle, you have to create the identity of a struggler. Then you become something. Now I'm not making thing okay. Now the thing is, relax. Don't give this to the mind, or otherwise the mind makes another identity out of relaxing. It's very quick. But however quick the mind is, it's slower than the self, which does not move. All I'm telling you is a form of love. It's so beautifully simple. You cannot accomplish that because it is already accomplished. It's even not accomplished is not the right word for it. It is ever perfect. You are just a costume you're wearing for now. Just like you drive a car, but the car has no soul. You are the soul of the car. Even so, in the car of this body, you must find a soul. I give you a clue. The seeker, the seeking, and the thing that is sought are all perceived. All these things I tell you, you can know instantly. I'm not giving you homework. Why? Because it is instantly clear. It's clear already. If you had to create, I can say you need some time for this. But because you don't have to create, you only have to see. What can obstruct your seeing? When even the obstructing and that which obstructs is also seen. What can block you unless you're going somewhere, and I'm not asking you to go anywhere. You say, but this thing is in the way. That's if you're going somewhere. What is in your way when you're going nowhere? Hmm? So this is what happens. It seems then you are faced with a lot of paradoxes and the mind gets frustrated because it wants 1 + 1 = 2 and sit over there under this tree, find yourself for 5 minutes and you'll get it. It wants instructions like that. But you cannot get the self. You can only be the self. And you cannot be the self like an act you do. You are the self. It's more than belief. You see the trouble I'm having now? To try and convey that which I can't. I can only hint at it. But the beingness in you will complete my pointing. I cannot just point, you must also see. And then everything, then there's the yoga of seeing. I point, then you, ha!
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When I do the inquiry of who am I, it just disappears into nothing.
What disappear?
The thoughts.
Okay. But they come from nothing, they disappear nothing, no big deal.
Yeah, so there's...
What witnesses their disappearance also? Is that a constant? That which witnesses the thoughts which are variable, witnesses their disappearance. Is that a constant? Too complicated what I say?
Oh.
Okay.
That's always there. There's this...
There where? Exactly. Point to it. Yeah, that's always there. What knows it's always there? Isn't it you?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So if you know it's always there, it means you are always there. Isn't it simple? I think it's baby food, no? If you know something is always here, it means that you are always here to notice it's always here. Same thing.
There's knowing of that.
Mm.
By knowing, I just...
You are nothing.
I can't put it into words.
You are nothing. You are nothing. I can't accept that. Does it hurt? You are nothing. You are no thing.
But it comes back up.
What? The nothing. The something comes back up.
In this.
It is okay. Let somethingness play in the space of nothingness. It's okay. I don't see the trouble, actually. It's not that something keeps coming up, but it's something keeps giving attention to that, believing that matters, and then try to tell everybody this matters. And I say, but what doesn't matter? Why it matters? It matters. It seems to matter to you because you want it to matter. You are not disturbed by anything that you have no interest in. If you have no interest in a thing, you are not disturbed by it. You don't have to transcend it. Huh? You're not going to be troubled by something that has no meaning for you. So therefore, if you are troubled, it's by something that has meaning for you. He said, but can I live in a world without meaning? Yes, so you can have superficial awareness of it, but when you want to combine yourself with it, then this is what creates agitation and things like this, which has its role also in the great play. It's okay to taste agitation, frustration, pain, suffering, joy. All these things we can taste if you know the game, no? But when you don't, you take them personally and feel judgment and persecution and shame and guilt and all of this, which is also something you can taste also. But if you know that it is a game, then it doesn't have the same sting. Hmm? Good?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. That's- You'll soon see what I'm speaking. I want to go to the bathroom. Omkara, somebody can sing. I'll come back in a moment. Somebody come and sing something, and I'll come back in a few minutes.
We sing. You can all join. We sing to Shiva. Guruji. Om. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Shiva, 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 Hare. Shiva, 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 Hare. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Sri Mooji. Om Namah
Shivaya Gurave Namaha Shiva 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 Hare Shiva 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 Hare Your Holiness the feet that are bow to your emptiness is my home. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha Shiva 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 Hare Shiva 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 Hare Your Holiness the feet that are bow to this emptiness is my home. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha Om Sri Mooji. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Namaha Shiva 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 Hare Shiva 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 Hare
Very nice. It's a new one, eh? Okay, very good. Yeah, you can put them there. Okay.
So, you spoke about something feeling persecuted and being cornered. Since I've been here, lots of things have come up lots of incredible, I don't know, suffering or pain and anxiety and all kinds of things. But at no point did I feel cornered.
You feel cornered.
At no point did I feel cornered.
That's good.
The most immense kind of grief was arising, and even in the middle of it, just...
Keep microphone, yeah.
Even in the middle of it, just some very quiet peace. And it's very interesting. Today, at a certain point, even, a few moments that could feel like an entire lifetime, but are really just a few moments, something really felt cornered completely and struggling very, 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 very forcefully for attention and receiving it as well, to some degree. But it's okay. I guess it's just passing as well.
Yes, everything.
And I'm here.
Yes.
I don't really have anything else to say.
I don't want anything else. If you can come to that place, no? And have no cynicism towards life or the world, and let everything flow, let everything be as they appear. Finding that all these shapes can take place, all these permutations can take place, but they have no existence apart from you. That's not an arrogance, because if you're not here to perceive them, then they don't exist. Then you must find out who this one is.
Thank you for allowing me to realize that I could never be cornered.
It is good. To be cornered or something like this, you must have a shape. And this is a shape. This can be cornered, you may say like that. But when it is cornered, it doesn't know it is cornered. Something else know corner. The body does not know it is cornered. Maybe the mind, the identity feel cornered. Then if you perceive that you cannot be the identity, that it is also just a form that the consciousness assumes for a while, then you can allow that being cornered to happen and to play out its eventuality and still be the untouched weakness of that. You see. It may sound easier said than done. Life helps you because it will test you to see if the knowledge you claim to have stays true under any circumstances. You see, this is the test of the cake. You see. But it is a good thing to come to a place where you find that you cannot be some tangible object, because everything is changing. That what you're looking at, thinking that it is a matter or something solid, it is more like a verb than a noun or something. It is just, it's moving. And the weakness of it, the weakness who have any interest in it, is also moving. But relative to the object perceived, it seems not to be moving. But in the bigger picture, it also itself is moving. Only the one who is formless is beyond movement. Everything we are speaking about, it is immediately provable. Therefore, imagination is not required. Years of study not required. I don't know what brought you here. I cannot say. I do, of course. The circumstances, I'm not concerned. But it must be that your own beingness, the self in the form of your beingness, came here because it wanted to discover what is unchanging and to put an end to suffering what is changing. Suffering also has its place. Suffering has its place. Pain has its place. Don't wish for a life that is completely full of comforts. This is a kind of death. Let life be. Use whatever comes to develop the spiritual muscle you need to become nothing. The state naturally of the mind, the resting place, is in an emptiness. But you must taste this, be in this self-taste to fully confirm for yourself. When you know this, then life manifests as a sort of spontaneous existence. It does not need planning. Life does not plan itself. It has no diaries. It simply unfolds. That phenomenal aspect of ourself is just an unfolding. And the perceiving of this unfolding also, and the joy arising out of this detachment, is also perceived in the greater self. Everything can be there, every emotion. Some pain, some frustration, some anger, joy, forgiveness. All of this we can taste. But the greatest is to know what you are, to know and be what you are. If we stay only in the limited and very unreliable mode of just being a person, the ego or personality, then it is difficult. Love will not shine its brightest light here. It's very difficult. It will always be limited by some factor. But the chance is to see now. To see what cannot be recognized only with physical eyes. To see that which is beyond object. How you will see this. When you see what can be seen phenomenally, it allows you to perceive what cannot be perceived nominally. I don't know if these words have some place for you. We need contrast in order to experience. You need contrast. By knowing limitation, you can begin to sense the unlimited. By knowing the finite, you have a sense of the infinite. By perceiving and experiencing time, you can have a sense of the timeless. By tasting mortality, you have a sense of the immortal. This is the gift of life. The value of experience. And once we came into the field of duality, of experiencing, we totally became addicted to experiencing. We love every part of it, even the painful. We must taste and enjoy at some level. because it shapes us into a dynamic existence. Very good. Okay, thank you. Yes. Very good. Don't think too much of this world. Don't build too many shapes tightly, but be open to everything. Funny, isn't it? Be like the space in which things happen. They come and go. Enjoy. But when they go, don't regret. Let things happen. But even if regret comes, it's because it's meant to be tasted. Taste it. Let it go. Don't be afraid. It's a mighty existence, and every part of it is good, even the bitter, even the horrible. It's part of the great dance of life. And your part, it comes also from the eternal. Have that much courage. If you're going to drown, don't drown in shallow water. Don't drown yourself in the ocean. Don't be so afraid. We don't have to be so little. There are some people, they have a frail body, but a mighty being. Be like them. Be like that. But above all things, I would say, if you find that common denominator, that pure emptiness, yours will be a life of full joy. Yeah. Good, good. Good, good. That. Okay. Okay, okay. Someone want to come? You okay? You come for now. After you can come. Thank you.
Your words just before the break, I felt like decapitated, like just space and everything is happening, and I am this space, and it's just such a freedom, and like there's nothing to do.
There is nothing to do, yet activities continue to unfold. Nothing to do does not mean you're lazy. It means there's nothing that you have to do to be what you are.
This,
You see? And that's a huge burden to drop. You see? Activities will continue, and this body will play its part, what it has to play. Effort will come if effort is needed, but not just routine effort. Everything will just play its part, but you will not have the sense of being swept away by things. This is the great seeing. You see, you speak about being decapitated. What it means? It means to remove your head, remove your mind. I mean, no? I used to say, remove the head, but the sword is so sharp, the head does not move, but everything is gone. So we just leave it on just for so that you look like you have one. And we put a scarf around your neck, and you can go about it going, hello, everybody. That is good. Meaning, remove ego. This is what it means. Just like you have seen sometimes, some of these people, they go to a table with lots of things, and go, take all the things stay on the table, so we remove your head. Like this, and just not even a drop of blood. Everything's there. Smiling, hello, but no head, is it? Only for decoration we keep it.
I really felt today that I opened myself to you. And your words have penetrated me. And last night for me was everything, every resistance like came up, and I was I was burning all inside, and it was, but in the same time I said, yes, okay, I'm here and this is happening, and I feel fear, I feel to not be here, I feel, and I'm here. And even today I still felt this coming, but I really feel you in my heart. And I have a big yes. I mean, there's no big yes, just there's nothing there to stop.
Yes, or start. How we can have conversation like that? Because the mind is getting ready, getting dressed, putting on the Nikes and everything. Get ready, you see? But we're not going anywhere. And what a relief also. That's a relief, because it wants to go, it wants a job. You think, well, God, we're out of a job. All this is just we make it up. We make up everything. Make it up.
It feels like I have a few kilos less now, a few 100 kilos less of my head now.
Yes, I like a few kilos less here. Also. My doctor told me I have to drop some.
Maybe
I went to see my doctor the other day, and he says, you've lost 1 kilo. Since I saw you, I said, actually, I would like to tell you, I lost 14, but okay, forget about it. Which was true, in fact, but I said, there's no point telling him, because he said, but now you are just 1. So what you gain, kilos of thoughts, put back on kilos of thoughts, is still nothing. It's nothing. If you don't believe in them. You don't believe in them, they're nothing. You believe in them, they appear something. And while we have the sense of being a particular person, and we have a loyalty to that identity, the show goes on. It is okay. It is okay also. It's all okay. No cynicism required. But it cannot just be learnt mentally. Though I say there's nothing to do, just to be understood, it cannot just be mental as well. You see? It has to somehow detonate internally for you. How? This is a different thing. Sometimes you have to be told to do something you cannot do. Then you have to find a deeper power in you, a place we rarely go. Crisis sometimes pull you there. Shock sometimes take you there. Grace take you there.
It feels like everything that happened to me last weeks, really, it had to be like this, and it helped me, everything helped me. And what I felt last night, I was not aware of this resistance and of these fears and of this anguish inside me. It was there, but I was not aware. It had to happen like this for me to see it and to see I was separating myself and making my life comfortable. And not jumping in totally.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'm just going to ask you a favor. If you could, whatever comes to you, just speak to the self. Never mind. It doesn't matter if the mind gets it or not.
I only speak to the self.
Yeah, I know. I mean, right now that I'm sitting in front of you.
Okay. If what you want to discover is what I would say one's ultimate self, then I would tell you that all that you perceive through the senses and the mind and so on, they are just some shadows. They are just passing. We can prove this because if I ask you yesterday at this time, 5:24 yesterday, what was your thought? Or this morning, 5:24, you can't find it. Everything is gone, gone, gone. Maybe memory makes some feeble attempt to hold on to something, but even that is gone. Everything is gone like this. It's fine. It's fine. Because you're living in a stream that is continuous and it's always fresh. But the thoughts, they come and go. So I would say ignore them. When I say ignore, I don't mean close your eyes and don't move. Because you have to move in life. If you have a family, you have to take care of them. You have a job, you will do it. But just don't create such a deep relationship with things. And you find that they function quite well. So people don't make too deep relationship with it. It's not good. It's not healthy. And you'll find that if you don't take it so deeply, your relationship will be better with everyone, with everything. And then also your own self, your own sense of self, which is, we give so much attention to myself. What is this self that we give so much attention to? Because the real self does not need any attention. Nobody can look after it. It's looking after everything. So who is the one that look after? No, me. No, it was not me. No, it's not me. That's not what I want. Who is speaking this? This is the most difficult one. Because it seems that is the one that we identify as being what we are. So we speak from. You see? So this one is not also, you will go past this. Maybe something is passing this now, slowly.
Yes, as some other people were saying, so I see the person, I see the thoughts, I see the identifications. I can observe them, but right now I understand that at times then somehow I could say the tool of it, the attention goes towards the thoughts.
Yes.
Goes
they
towards,
come from
but
you,
it's
the
not,
self.
yeah.
Yes,
it comes.
It comes from you.
Right.
Yeah, it comes from you. The what I call the dynamic self, from the presence itself, the sense of being, the sense I am. Out of that comes the power of belief and attention.
Yeah.
These are your great powers.
So don't fight it. If the self wants that, okay, at this time the attention goes to whatever. Okay, just observe. Is that?
Yes, you're observing that and seeing from the place which is a non-active place. That is more powerful, because then from this place, the timeless place, the timeful will seem very light in its effect. And you won't trouble yourself so much. You will always somehow, you'll continue growing, so to speak, more until the efforts to be there drop away and you are just here. Still, the dynamic activities will be perceived because you got a body, you got senses, they'll be perceived. You're not going to be just some kind of vegetable or something. You will still function and function beautifully, because when the person is not the one living life, but the life force and the presence of God is very different. The flow of activity and even the presence also is tasted in a very different way. Depend who is the occupant. The occupant is the ego. Trouble. If the occupant is God, then everything is beautiful.
The occupant is God, but if the ego still exists, then you just, at this stage, I guess, observe it, let it be until by itself it goes, dissolves, or the self would make it
This is an amazing
disappear.
thing. This is a fight you win by paying only attention to yourself. You see, you might think you have to go and you have to fight this thing. No, you just remember yourself, and everything is merged into that. If you have to go and fight something, you give reality to it. When you remember yourself, somehow, everything takes their correct position. And the scene becomes calm, serene. Because none can intimidate the Supreme. If trouble come, because some little trouble come, even for a saint, some trouble come. It's part of the life, but they take it in their stride. Some little thing come, but that's okay. Even their conditioning sometimes, somehow your conditioning sometimes is still playing out on the surface, but inside they don't know conditioning, they don't know what it means. Some people say, I really like this person's personality, but that one doesn't know what is personality. They've forgotten everything, they don't know what it means. That type of thing. Others are perceiving that, but inside you don't know anything at all about it. It's such a freedom, it's beautiful. Because if you know your personality, you're in trouble. You know, I'm just this kind of person, I'm just the kind of no, trouble.
So allow whatever rises, just allow.
When you really know and you are the self, nothing arises. Not really. Only appearances. They're not given such credibility. My master, one of my books of Papaji, the book is called Nothing Ever Happens. And do you understand this? Until or unless the mind says something has happened, experientially nothing happened. But if you say, oh yes, this thing, then you give importance to it, then somehow it's saved inside as something to remember, something significant, and then it will be called up later.
Thank you.
Finish it, finish me. Come.
Take me all the way. Freedom from the person to the self.
I come with a very simple message to point you to what is, not what will become. What will become are only shadows. It's okay. They're fine, they're beautiful, they're divine shadows. It's beautiful. You see? It's not, oh, this is horrible. No, it's all the divine. Yeah.
What becomes, can you say it? I didn't.
I point you to what is. Not only what will be and what was and so on. It is okay. It's part of the life flow. It's beautiful. I enjoy. At the moment, I am enjoying very much. I told them sometime. They say, "Why you go to bed so late?" I say, "I'm too much enjoying the waking state at the moment, and I don't want to go to bed." You see? So I enjoy also a waking state, no, but not overwhelmed by it, not attached to it. Something is played like this, and it's accepted. It is fine. It makes no impact at all upon what is. You see, you can say many things, you see, and this is why I'm very careful not to give like teaching, because it becomes a solidity. And I'm more pointing you to find a synchronicity, a harmony, an energetic correspondence with existence, in existence, more than to learn something. I don't trust learning. Learning is tight, rigid. But when you have a synchronicity, then you are conversing with the whole universe. It's beautiful, it's nice. You see? So I avoid teaching because the mind goes, okay, this plus this is this. I said, yes, sometimes. Sometimes it's this. And sometimes it's that. So, oh no, I give up, I can't make it. Let's see. Have you come to the place where every question can be answered yes, no, sometimes, perhaps, and all of them are right. So this is something that happened a bit but in the doctrine of learning, we're frustrated by that because you want absolutes, but you're working in the realm of the relative. So it's cheating, it's not like that. Are you confused by this, what I'm speaking like this? Anybody? No? It's just the fragrance of freedom. It's just fun. Don't take it anything so serious. We're making up so many things, make up so much stuff. We give concepts too high a profile, too high. Beliefs and our different projections and customs and traditions and, doctrines and so on, too strong. They are playful, lighter, and introduce you to love when they take you to the Supreme. But when you take yourself to be the person or to be the body, then we take beliefs to be too strong, or conditioning means too much.
It just came to me. A thought is rising, and it is believed. You just said the word believed. If the person is also a thought, it is believed by whom?
By a power inside the self that can believe things into a kind of reality. By a power inside you, a capacity you have. You see? Because even belief also, you can say it's also a concept. You see? But let's not get clever about it. You have to really see it inside and feel it. From the perspective from the higher perspective, even this is also just a thought. Doesn't speak against it. Of course, you believe something, you try something, you experiment. All of this for me is playful, it's available, it's okay. But it is not a definition of what is. I want to take you and soak you in the water.
I need that.
Hold your head under.
Yes, please.
You come up. Sounds terrible, isn't it? But this is the water of your own ocean, in your own self. That you don't drown into death, but you drown into timeless existence. Because the person is still there, still trying to catch hold. Yeah. And the infinite, which is what you are, is still only an idea for you. The person must become the idea. And know something inside you is burning for true.
Yeah.
I love that. Something inside is just in service to that.
That's all. That's all I want in life.
Yes. It put that yearning in you. Mm-hmm. Poet Rumi say what he say? The one who brought me here must take me home. Huh? But this home has no distance. This home has no distance. There's no kilometers there. It is distanceless. At present, there's only the distance of a thought. And you and home mean same thing.
Can you repeat? The presence is only the distance of a thought?
Not presence.
The what?
The idea of home.
Yeah. It's the
And the sense of the distance. I have a long way to go. Sometimes people say, I've got a long way to go. These are thoughts, really. But it is important to be a little bit in satsang, in the energy field of that satsang. And to, sometimes to burp up. Sometimes it's coming up for a bit. And then, but behind is a clear space. And to offer oneself up for that opportunity. And to trust in the grace of the Supreme. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So, you're here and somehow in the presence of all these words and ideas and pointings and remindings and so on. And I cannot ask you to put this in your head, or not like this, to trust already that that which speaks, and let that which speaks and that which listens become one. This is not something you have to do. No, you have to do. It's already taking place. And you're blessed to begin to activate the trust in you towards the true life. And to remind you that you are love, you came from love, and you are love manifest. That peace and joy and silence, these are your perfume. Don't hold on so tightly to the conditioned identity. And know that all the good forces of the universe is on your side when you say, yes, I am up for self-discovery. I am here for the truth. I don't know very much about what it is, but there is enough intuitive sense that it must be what I'm here for. I cannot just be here to get married and to have a good job and a nice house. It's much more. You just one look up into the sky at any time of the day or night will give you a little hint of the immensity of being. And that which is causing the planets to move, and it's also causing your heart to beat and the life to flow through you. We are not apart from that. But of all things, for me the greatest is to discover your true nature. Our true nature is at the heart of all of this. It's infinitely greater than the capacity of the mind. But the mind also, when you are aware of your true nature, the mind will join you. It will come home also. It's only as we continue believing we're the person, then the mind will kind of play your opposite, and but it's playing a good role, even to frustrate you, to bite you, so that you turn towards the thing that will not harm you, your own true self. Your life is not a mistake. It's not an accident. Every role is meaningful for its time. Plays a part on the great stage. You see. But don't be concerned about tiny things too much. As a person, you cannot do so much. When you begin to listen as consciousness, then everything becomes possible. Okay. Thank you for today. Very good.
I would like to start by thanking everybody, each and everybody who played a part into making this possible today. In this beautiful location, you've been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, yes, continuing on this way, we may probably have a so-called tea satsang, as you're very much familiar with. In this case, if it happens, you will hear a bell ring to tell you that you have to come back in the satsang hall. In the meantime, everybody is welcome on the other side of the row, where we have cookies and chai. And we also ask you to please not socialize and interact while you are here, and to stay in this area, unless you want to use the toilets, which are the workshops toilets, which are on the other side. You've been pointed with as soon as you arrived. And also we ask you to try to not smoke while you are here. And if you really have to, try to be back before Guruji's arrival. And yes, thank you very much. Namaste.